Donald Trump just wrapped up a disastrous cabinet meeting. He was falling asleep during most of it. He confused Venezuela with Iran. Here, play this clip.
$1,000. The stock market has set 68 all-time record highs since the election. So 68 days, we hit all-time highs. We're right there now. And the average 401k, and that's despite the conflict. I don't call it a war, I call it a conflict. Despite the conflict with Venezuela, who no longer has a Navy, no longer has an Air Force, no longer has a lot of people that were leading the country into very bad places. Their leadership is gone. Their second rung leadership is gone. And we're dealing with their third, half of their third, because half of their third is gone too.
Then he threatened to invade Oman and bomb Oman because Oman's working with Iran in order to have a toll system in the Strait of Hormuz. Play this clip.
Interesting reading for people.
On the Strait of Hormuz, Mr. President, Iran wants control of the Strait of Hormuz. Would you accept a short-term deal that allows Iran and Oman to control the strait? And would they have to open it immediately, or would you be open to that happening over a period of time?
No, the strait's going to be open to everybody.
And who would control it?
It's international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that. They'll be fine.
Then for most of this cabinet meeting, Donald Trump was falling asleep. You can see it right here. Let's play it.
For what I believe is the most important government benefit for young people.
And just so you can see that he was falling asleep throughout this cabinet meeting, here he is sleeping when Hegseth was speaking. Let's play it.
So whether it's their Navy that's at the bottom of the Persian Gulf, their Air Force, their air defenses, or
here he is sleeping when Marco Rubio was speaking. Let's play it.
People, they are selling oil in the market at market rates. The money's going to an account in the United States.
Then he wanted to talk about the reflecting pool and talked about how we're covering it with the most beautiful blue ever. Really weird. Here, play this clip.
As it can be. And we're now covering it with the most beautiful blue, very thick. You think of it as a very sophisticated form of rubber. No leaks, no problems. And it's beautiful. It's called American flag blue. That was the color we chose.
To which Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, responded that your efforts on the reflecting pool are the greatest segues into what I want to talk about. So strange. Here, play this clip.
I think actually your efforts on the reflecting pool are actually a great segue. If you look at Washington and Lincoln, these are two men that faced monumental tasks and stood up in historic fashion.
Then Donald Trump once again says he's demanding that Arab nations form formal alliances with Israel under the Abraham Accords if the United States is going to enter into a peace deal with Iran, when most Arab nations have said they don't want to do that and they will not do that. Play this clip.
And we'd like to have the countries we were talking about with Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and the others, we'd like to have them immediately join and Steve Witkoff is working on that with Jared and some others, but would like to have them join the Abraham Accords. It'll be historic if they do it. And I think they owe that to us, to be honest. I think, because that really would be a tremendous sign. And I think those countries...
More from Donald Trump here on ensuring that Israel's interests are met under the Abraham Accords. And Donald Trump looks at Witkoff, who's Donald Trump's negotiator, even though no one in the United States wants this guy to be the negotiator with Iran. And he says, so Steve, will the Arab nations sign? And Witkoff's like, boss, I'm working on it, boss. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't even know what we're watching here. Here, play this clip.
Steve, are you going to get them to sign?
We're definitely pushing it, Mr. President.
I'm not sure we should make the deal if they don't sign. You want to know the truth. If they don't sign to join the Abraham Accords, I don't know that we have countries in there already. UAE, great countries, bold countries. And it's turned out to be so good, so effective. And so we're, requesting strongly that they join. It'll be great. It'd be great for Saudi Arabia. It'd be great for Qatar and Kuwait.
Then Donald Trump says Pete Hegseth loves war. He's the Secretary of War and he loves war. Let's play this clip.
And the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, central casting, He loves war. I don't know. I guess he does love it. He's a good man, Ellen. And Scott Bessent.
Then Donald Trump said that Iran thought they were going to outweight me, but I will outweigh them because I don't care about the midterms. Play this clip.
He has no value. Their whole economic system is broken down. They thought they were going to outweight me. You know, we'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms. Look what happened last night. That was the prelude to the midterms. People understand it. They know that. Very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I'm doing that for the world. I'm not doing it just for us.
Then Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent downplays the suffering that most Americans are experiencing right now and says these prices that everybody's feeling, they're just transitory. And by the way, we know they're not transitory. Even if right now the war in Iran was resolved immediately and the Strait of Hormuz was open, we won't be getting down to even somewhat normal gas prices until 2032, based on the way the projections actually are. But the Trump regime lies about everything. Here, play this clip.
In terms of prices, I believe the prices are transitory. Oil will be lower than pre-conflict levels when this ends. Natural gas is already down, as you mentioned. Drug and pharmaceutical prices, they are plummeting, and rent is down.
Donald Trump, after saying that they were working on a deal with Iran, then says, if Iran doesn't make the concessions, the man here on my left, which is Hegseth, is going to finish them off. He's going to annihilate them. Here, play this clip.
State of the talks with Iran, I guess if it were a football field, what yard line would you be on?
Well, I think we're doing very well. They are starting to give us the things that they have to give us. And if they do, that's great. And if they won't, then the man on my left is going to finish them off.
Then he goes, after talking about annihilating a civilization and committing genocide, he then talks about that the Lincoln Memorial, it's embarrassing, it's dirty, and everything in the Washington Mall is dirty, he says. Play this clip.
The memorial, if you take a look, the Lincoln Memorial, it was built, I guess, a little after the Lincoln Memorial. It's embarrassing. It was so horrible. I never saw anything like it. It was filthy dirty. It was Biden. And they spent, between the two of them, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars trying to fix this thing.
And then he demands that there be an additional surge of National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. this summer. And Hegseth's like, yes, sir, we will be surging the National Guard this summer, sir. Here, play this clip.
The first thing to say to me, this place has really changed. They saw that it was going down. Our whole country was going down, just like D.C. was going down. And as you know, the restaurants were closing up. There weren't very many restaurants, and now they're opening up. You can't get a space. And everyone's going out to dinner, and they're safe. And we have the national security, and we have the National Guard, and we're going to keep them. You know, I want to, by the way, just in case I mentioned, keep them. Okay. And don't lower the number either. Absolutely. Somebody said, oh, are there less? I said, I hope not, but don't lower the number if you don't mind, okay?
We're going to surge this summer, too. Yeah.
They look great. You know what? They give people, we took out five.
Then Donald Trump responds to a question about easing sanctions. And I'll just show you the anatomy of his lie right here in the doublespeak within just an existing sentence. So someone says, will you remove the sanctions against Iran? He's like, no. You already did remove sanctions against Iran. You removed a lot of sanctions against Iranian oil, which allowed them to make billions of dollars. That already happened. And then it goes on to say, well, I will unfreeze. If it's their money, if they behave nicely, I'll unfreeze some of their money. Well, that's what the JCPOA was. It was unfreezing Iranian money, not giving new money. It was unfreezing money. So you're doing a weaker version of the JCPOA, Obama's deal. Play this clip.
That would not make me comfortable.
Is the U.S. considering easing sanctions on Iran to allow Iran to sell its crude to market?
No, we're not talking about any easing of sanctions or giving money. No sanctions, no money, no nothing. We have control of money that they claim is theirs. We'll keep control of that money. When they behave properly and when they do what's right, we'll let them have their money. But right now, we're not doing that, and it's not, one thing is not contingent on the other.
Would you say
Then Donald Trump seems to suggest that there's not an urgency with gas prices. Let's play it.
See, Mr. President, you've said that you're in no rush to make a deal, but with gas prices that are still high across the country, people are paying more for travel. Does that give you more urgency to make a deal? Why doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, the primary urgency, if I said this, it wasn't covered properly, but the primary urgency is that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. But at the same time, we have a tremendous amount of oil, gas, coal. We have tremendous amounts of energy. We're blessed with something very special. Those prices are going to come down. They're going to come down fast. I think that you'll see, actually, Todd, I think you're going to see lower prices that we had even before we did.
Then the new Department of Homeland Security Secretary Mullen mocks the fact that Democratic Senator Andy Kim was splattered with pepper balls. He goes, and downplays that a United States senator was attacked by ICE for being at a peaceful protest. Let's play it.
They barricade it, not allowing our employees to come in and out. ICE has to go out there, remove the barricade, and then you have one of the senators complain because he got splattered with a pepper ball. I'm sorry, you probably shouldn't have been there.
One thing I'll say.
And then Marco Rubio says, we will not allow Ebola to travel into the United States. We will not allow it to show up. How are you going to do that, Rubio? You're just going to stop Ebola from traveling? Interesting. You also shut down the main Ebola task forces in the United States. You've gutted the CDC. You pulled the United States out of the World Health Organization. And so now what, you're going to do a travel ban just for Ebola? Yeah, that's how you're going to do going into the World Cup? Here, play this clip of Rubio right here.
We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States. And so the State Department and other agencies represented here, the Centers for Disease Control, HHS, others, are working very, very hard to contain this crisis to the countries where it's currently located, particularly the Democratic Republic.
There you have it. That was the disaster. I could show you more clips, but you get the point. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.